Hey, Tool Boss, what's up? So I wanted to reply and give you a little bit more insight onto the video you posted about the Harbor Freight jack stand recall. The recall covered, I think, 2 different 3-ton jack stands and 1 6-ton jack stand. Now, as you can see here, I have 2 sets of the 6-ton Harbor Freight jack stand. Just to confirm, take a look at the part number. It is 61197. Like the one mentioned in the recall. I have 2 sets of them here, so I have 4 of them. I also have 2 sets of a competitor's jack stand, which is nearly identical except for a few key features. Now, the competitor's jack stand, you'll see them here. They're both black. I have one here on the right, one disassembled there, and actually 2 are currently supporting the front end of my 63 pickup. So, back to the information on the recall. The key differences between the 2 of them are: 1, when the jack stand is engaged at a set level, the lever that disengages the jack stand is different between the 2 of them. If you look on the right, the competitor here, the jack stand lever is at a downward angle. It's below parallel, meaning if you were to bump it somehow, with weight on it, there's a slim chance that it will disengage, but it'd be very difficult to overcome that center and actually raise that up to above parallel to where it drops. Now, if you look at 3 of the Harbor Freight jack stands here that are all locked at about the same level, they're at about parallel, if not above parallel. So you could very easily kind of bump them and have them disengage. Actually, let's go over to this one over here and just give it a little nudge and see how easy it is to disengage. Just a little bump. Now, I know there's no weight on it, but still, if you're under a car on a creeper, if your load isn't fully balanced, and let's say you're on a driveway or a slight incline, and you bump that, that's coming down. And they're all like that. Now, why is that? Now, what I think is the main reason that happens is due to the casting of the upright. Now, if you look here, closest to us here is the Harbor Freight upright, and right here is the competitor's upright. Now, the biggest difference here is the size of the teeth. Now, look how small these are compared to these ones here. When the competitor here is when the shoe, which is what is attached to the lever here, is engaged with this upright, it's in there. It's not coming loose. Whereas you look at the Harbor Freight one here, it's barely even a tooth. Now, the tops are rounded over. They're actually flat. Whereas you look at the competitor here, the flat spot in the end there is much smaller. And they're like, I don't know, what do you say, about twice as deep, if not deeper, than the Harbor Freight upright. So that's the one reason. The other reason is the actual shoe itself. So I have 2. I have 1 Harbor Freight and the competitor here, kind of with the upright taken out. Look at the shoe in here. So this is what actually latches into those teeth. Now, the Harbor Freight one here, you can see it's obviously all cast, but this one here actually is chipped. There's a chip in that casting, and it's not very smooth. It looks like somebody may have touched it with a grinder at some point to kind of smooth out any roughness, but it's fairly rounded on the end, and it's chipped. Now, I haven't done anything to these jack stands. I haven't touched them. I haven't modified them anyway, but that's what's holding the upright in. That's what's kind of supporting the vehicle over you. Whereas you look at the competitor here, this one actually looks like somebody's taken some time and ground that smooth and to a point so that when it engages with the upright, that shoe fully engages with the tooth. Like I said, if it wasn't for your video, I would not have even known about this, and I will be taking all 4 of these back tomorrow, hopefully getting the gift card and that kind of half, not so great 20% discount, but I mean, I'll take it, and probably investing in a couple more sets of these other ones. So thanks for keeping us up to date, and I Hope this helps out your viewers. All right, see ya.